when you're standing in the cage and the announcer's like reading, like, you know, fighting out of Lancaster, Kentucky, you know, representing Reaction MMA, and like, you know, everybody's like fucking cheering for you to say your name. It like, you know, feels like you're in a movie or some shit. And then you look across and, you know, he's doing the same thing for the other guy, and then he walks out, and then they lock the cage door, and the ref looks at you and points at both of you, and then
So when Justin first come in, he was a hard worker. You notice that right from the jump. He was very quiet when he first came in, but he was a hard worker. You're talking about a guy, when I compliment somebody on work ethic is the #1 thing I say, because it's not common, especially when they have athletic talent. He has athletic talent. He still chooses to show up and work as if he has 0 talent.
He was starting inside different submissions. That's a tough spot to be for 5 minutes.
Jesus.
Going into fight camp is when I start to get like, not necessarily scared, like runaway scared, like you feel the nerves like every night, like and the clock keeps ticking. So like once that fight camp starts, I feel like the anticipation and the nervousness like grows. It's like lost a day, another day closer, another day closer. And up until fight week, that just builds. And you realize that that dude is training to whoop not just anybody's ass. He's training to whoop yours, like specifically. He knows my name. I think the thing that draws people to MMA is like there's no sugarcoating it. There's no bullshit. There's like, you know, there's nobody else's fault. Like if I don't win.
For your winner by unanimous decision, the Godfather, Teamy Baramidze!
I don't like to make excuses. He took a fight in a very odd time, in the sense of I wasn't able to be a part of his entire camp because I was having multiple surgeries. He had plenty of preparation. He trained properly hard, but sometimes there's a mental side to the fight game, and not having your coach who you've worked with the majority of the time there, that's kind of a big deal. So I'm looking forward to giving him the full camp with my attention and us to be able to go through the process the way it's been developed and worked really well for us.
You've been at the house the past 3 Saturday nights, bro. How come you ain't out getting home? Mainly you're going to start on the jab and get to the right hand later on. Because the right hand, because by itself, it's a slide here. You'll get to that. But really what I want you to understand is go 1, 2, here. Twist, twist, twist. What we're teaching us to do is this, not this.
Whatever you do, like I think guys naturally have this competitive edge, and I think the most competitive thing in the world is fighting. So it's like, you know, people like always want to be like the best at whatever they are, and I think that this is like the pinnacle of that. You got a lot riding on this. You got a lot of people's opinions that count on you. You know, a lot of people that think, hey man, Justin's a shit, or hey, Justin's a badass. We're about to go here and find out that Justin's a badass. So.
Let me knock your ass out. It'll look good on film. Yeah.
Man, whenever he was getting ready for his first fight, buddy, I tell you, God, dog. Yeah, we went at it a couple times. Yeah, matter of fact, I was like, hey man, let's turn it down a little bit. But unfortunately, kind of that's what you need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You need that. You need that. You know. Plus he's cutting weight. You know what I mean? And then you got to think, you're going against somebody who's training just as hard as you are to embarrass you in front of your family and your friends and knock you out. So you better be here training hard.
Met Sparks back in probably 4th grade rec league. I say it was the first time. Played on a team together.
Were you at his first fight?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that like from a friend's perspective?
I was so nervous. I don't know. There's no telling how nervous he was, because there's a couple of us. I was just like, I'd never been to a fight like that either, and so it was very nerve-wracking. But since those first fists were thrown, it was go time, baby. It was nice. It was fun. I can't wait to another one.
I was just on Facebook and I'm friends with the guy that runs it. And, after their show in November, they still hadn't announced their next date. He posted and said something like, looks like the next show is going to be the 17th after, we'd already, scheduled other stuff like gym functions and stuff like that. So the big thing about it is it's like I just really enjoy this sport. So I mean, no matter how many times I get to go out there and do it, like the fight is, the fight in front of the fans, in front of your friends and family, that's like the cherry on top. But like the real, the meat and potatoes of why I love this sport is in here. So just because they move a date or whatever, something gets pushed back, it doesn't really affect me like that, because I love being here, I enjoy coming to class through the week. It's not like I have to make myself do this to so I can reach this goal of eventually fighting. The fighting is just like I said, cherry on top. It's something extra. It's you get your shine for the work you put in. But fuck it, man, I really the shine's not what I'm in it for. So.